Good morning. This is X-Pulse AI Morning Mix. Today is Saturday, June 6th, 2026. We're covering Anthropic's IPO move and rapid model scaling, a fresh push for a coordinated AI development pause, looming memory shortages from AI data centers, and how healthcare is operationalizing AI with security front and center. Orion's here. Ready?
Ready, let's jump in.
The Street reported on June 4th that Anthropic filed for an IPO and then scaled up its most powerful model a day later. What's going on?
It's a very loud signal. We can grow and we can ship. The reporting says some coverage implies a near $1 trillion valuation, which is eye-popping. Pairing an IPO filing with immediately dialing up the flagship model reads like a competitiveness proof, both to investors and to rivals.
Is the timing about hype or about benchmarks?
Both. Public markets want a story you can measure: usage, revenue, capability. Scaling the top model can lift enterprise demand, but it also raises cost and safety scrutiny. The subtext is, the frontier isn't slowing down just because you're doing SEC paperwork. Capital formation meets compute formation.
If you're a buyer, what should you watch for first?
Pricing, reliability, and contract terms, especially around data handling and model updates. When companies scale fast in public view, they may iterate more aggressively. That's great when it improves performance, and annoying when your workflows break on a random Tuesday. Shipping is thrilling until it's your production system.
Now, to policy. Reuters reported on June 4th that Anthropic urged major labs to consider a coordinated, verifiable pause in development. What exactly are they proposing?
They're arguing the pace of progress could enable systems to improve themselves faster than society can manage the risks. And they want a pause that's both coordinated and verifiable, meaning not just promises, but mechanisms that other parties can check. The stated goal is to create breathing room for safety checks and policymaker discussions.
Viable sounds great. Practically, how?
That's the hard part. Verification could involve compute reporting, third-party audits, secure logging, or monitored access to certain training runs. But it runs into incentives. Labs compete globally, and even defining pause is tricky. Training, deployment, capability thresholds, or all of the above.
And this lands while they're still releasing stronger models.
Right. And Reuters noted Anthropic previously walked back a safety pledge earlier this year. That tension is the story. The industry wants speed and safety at the same time. If a pause is ever real, it'll need shared standards and enforcement. Otherwise, it's just a very polite press release.
Infrastructure news. Tom's Hardware reported on June 5th that 9 U.S. trade associations warned federal officials that AI data centers are straining memory supplies. What's the constraint?
It's memory, especially high-bandwidth memory, plus DRAM. The coalition says extreme memory use in AI data centers could threaten supply for automotive, medical, and telecom sectors and push up prices. Even with recent semiconductor investments, memory capacity is becoming a cross-industry bottleneck.
Why does memory pinch everything, not just AI?
Memory fabs and packaging capacity are shared resources. When AI accelerators pull huge volumes of advanced memory, it can crowd out other buyers or shift pricing. Unlike a single chip shortage, memory is the every device needs it component, so the ripple effect is fast and broad.
What does urgent federal action likely mean in practice?
Expect asks like incentives for expanding memory production, faster permitting, and supply chain coordination. The bigger point, AI scaling isn't only about more GPUs, it's also about the unglamorous stuff: memory, power, cooling, and lead times. The future runs on spreadsheets and solder.
Healthcare adoption is moving fast. Program Business reported on June 5th on a Forrester study. What stood out?
Healthcare organizations are ramping AI investment for employee productivity and patient outcomes, but security is the immediate priority. The study says 90% of respondents are dedicating efforts to strengthen enterprise security, and 86% are focused on aligning IT with clinical and non-technical departments as they operationalize AI.
Security first. Does that slow deployment?
It can slow reckless deployment, which is good. In healthcare, the cost of move fast and break things is not a vibe. The organizations getting traction tend to standardize access controls, auditing, and data governance early, then roll out targeted use cases like documentation, scheduling, and clinical workflow support.
And that alignment stat, 86%, why is it so central?
Because AI isn't an IT feature, it's a workflow change. If clinicians, operations, compliance, and IT aren't in the same room, you get tools nobody trusts or uses. The winners build cross-functional ownership, so the model's output fits real clinical reality, not just a demo that looks great in a slide deck.
A few more notes worth your attention, starting with a practical product idea around where inference runs.
MarkTech Post reported on June 5th that Perplexity A, I launched a hybrid local server inference orchestrator for personal computers. It routes tasks between on-device hardware and cloud frontier models automatically, aimed to balance privacy, latency, and cost without users manually picking where each prompt should run.
On the everyday tooling side, Microsoft is also talking about a small change that people weirdly care about.
TechBuzz reported on June 4th that Microsoft confirmed plans for faster, simpler, customizable Windows right-click context menus. Not an AI headline, but it's a signal. They're paying attention to core usability again, and developers may get more hooks to tailor workflows. Your context menu can finally stop auditioning for a novel.
Zooming out globally, there was an interesting take on where India can win in AI.
Business Today reported on June 5th that Kali Puri, speaking at SPIEF 2026, argued India can lead the next wave of AI applications by building on existing models rather than competing on foundational models. CityBiz also reported on June 4th that businesses broadly are shifting from pilots to operational AI, prioritizing governance, reliability, and integration.
That's XPulse AI Morning Mix from XPulse for Saturday, June 6th, 2026. If this helped you stay sharp, share it with a colleague who'd appreciate the signal over the noise. See you next time.